Alright guys, welcome back to another recap. Why do I have a Neo thing open? Oh, I opened some calls on Neo. A very small call on Neo, so let me delete this trade. You guys know I don't include anything about options or anything like that on my P&L, so even if I make money with options, I don't include it. A small red day today, but once again, I started the day deep in the red. And I hung out a little bit longer today. I hung out a little bit longer trying to catch a late lunch, late afternoon runner. And of course, the one day that I decided to stay, it doesn't run, but I was able to get a little bit of money off of it. So I did recover my loss. I think at that point I was down like 500, almost $600, and so I was able to make another $250 back, and so that was a good thing. But I think I did it again. I think I jumped in too early on two stocks. Both of them. One of them was definitely a stupid play. I mean, I'm just every halt that I had seen this week and last week just kept going higher. It halted up and kept going higher and into another halt, or it kept that momentum and went for new highs. And today I was like, you know what? It's my time to take one of these halts. I don't think I've been stuck in a halt the last 2 weeks, and this has been like over 50, And I was like, you know what? My turn. I'm gonna get this halt resumption and jump on this one stock, and it didn't work out. That was KSPN. And then PEGY, PEGY, I was just impatient. I'm trying to get a trade in the first 5 minutes, which I usually do good, but I'm jumping in on these trades fast and I'm losing money, and I instantly went down 1,200. So I went down $1,200 today, and now I'm only sitting at $1,300 profit. So I've made a pretty good chunk of money. Um, and so recovered almost, I think, 900 bucks, and that's good. That's good, but not good enough to get me green and or break even. But I was fine with the small red today. But that's gonna be it. So if you guys want to watch me trade live, today is Friday, but I'll be back on Monday, obviously when market opens. 15 minutes before market open, I go live right here on YouTube and on TradeCaster, both of them streaming simultaneously. Majority of the people are on TradeCaster, and it is free. So if you try to go on there, once you get asked for that payment, just cancel out of it. You don't need to pay or put your credit card to watch me. Another couple of news. Most of you guys probably watching these recaps already trade every single day or something like that. You're watching me trade live. But for those beginners or people that are just know the basics, I am putting out my course on August 15th. I finally put a release date. And I'm going to give it away to somebody who just follows my socials. So subscribe to my YouTube, follow me on TikTok and Instagram, and I will pick a winner from any of those social medias and give it to them for free. Worth it. I have a lot of information on that thing. It took me months to create it. As a matter of fact, I can kind of show you guys what it's going to have. So here's the course curriculum, and there's so many videos, and each one of these things has like more videos under it, so there's going to be like several stuff. No, Stormy. And that's a lot of stuff, and so I got videos on all of this, and we'll finally be putting it out. Definitely a good way to learn about the market. Definitely a good way to have everything in one spot to learn, and then also have me to ask any questions as well. Um, so today's recap, let me show you those big two trades that I lost, and then all the small scalps that I just kept recovering myself. So here's my P&L chart, down almost 1,200 to down only $300 on the day. I was getting ready to just call it and say, you know what, bad week, but I hung in there and recovered 900 bucks. All right, so the first red trade I took, I think, was PEGY. PEGY definitely burned me, and it was two scalps for high of day. One of them, maybe I wasn't patient enough because it would have worked out even if it was a false breakout, but the other one, I was just maybe in too heavy, maybe too anxious to get a trade early, and just missed my opportunity to capitalize on it. I could have been a little bit more patient. So this first trade was a 450 ad. I was trying to back that 450, and 450 was kind of the high on the stock, was 478. So I was looking to break 450, hold 450, $half psychological number, and then curl back up to a high of day and even $5. If this thing had strong momentum, I was looking at $5. And so I bought in at 450, Let me see if I added twice on this thing. No, this one was just a one-time purchase of 4,000 shares at 450, and I stopped out. Actually, I took some for profit at 459, 463. So I took some profit off the table, and then it looks like I actually got flushed on those and stopped down here at 420, which to me, being a little bit more patient, this should have been my entry down at that VWAP retest, down at that 9 EMA retest, and then watching this 1-2 minute flag here pivot for a new high of day. If I would have gotten that trade down here, this could have been a good trade there, but I didn't, right? And then so once I saw this and it starts holding this low, this VWAP bounce, then it curls back up, and I'm like, you know what, this is it, this is go time. We're gonna break 450, we're gonna get through 450 all the way to a new high of day and then reach $5. So I re-added on this play here at 447. One nice minute green candle there, bouncing, consolidating through under 450. 1 minute pullback, holds it, and then looking for this next candle to rip, which it actually did. So I took 2,500 shares, but I didn't take any profit out on that spike. So it went to 440, 447 is where I bought. It went 460, 470, 480, 481. No profit taken. Pulls back down, stop out at a loss because I bought at 47 and I sold at 41. So just that right there, I lost $700 on that play. Stupid play. The second one was okay. Waited for that bounce, waited for the 1 minute pullback, and then waiting for that rip, which it worked. It would have worked if it got all the way up to 5. It looks like I was looking for a Hail Mary trade here. I was down on this big one, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stick these 2,500 back and get my $700 back. But because I didn't take my profit, it came back and stopped me out. This first one, maybe I rushed it. Played it too aggressive first trade of the day, too aggressive. I should have waited for this pullback here and then re-enter that trade there. But oh well, I don't think this one was as bad as KSPN. KSPN, I straight up just threw money out the window on that one. So let me go over that. I can never find this ticker on my watch list, KSPN. And then every time I do that, it just shows up. There it is. KSPN, let's see. That was not today. This was today. We had a very strong halt resumption on KSPN. I mean, halted at 577 and resumed up here at 645, almost $2 a share. That's a dollar and a half. And pulls up, and the first thing I saw was 650 again, $half hold, right? And I was like, okay, 650 holds. We might see this next leg up. We might see a little pullback down to VWAP and the next leg up, and I only bought 1,500 shares, but obviously the stock is moving a little faster. But I mean, this thing just gapped $1 a share. It technically has pullback all the way to halt, which is almost kind of what it did here. Pullback all the way down to that halt resumption, or the halt level. But I rushed this trade. 650 was not gonna hold. I mean, we gapped up $1.50 and even spiked up to almost $7. So that's already 50 cents down. But bought in at 677, so didn't even get the actual good entry. Looks like I sold some a little bit at a loss. I think I was trying to just minimize my risk. I knew that this stock wasn't going to rip anymore, so I was like, you know what? Let me take a third of it out and see if just holding 2/3, it'll minimize my risk if it flushes. But if it recovers a little bit, spikes up to 7, then I might be able to recover some profit. Now, the only reason why I did jump in this trade is because 7.3. If you look down here on my 5-minute chart, 7.3 was a high that we had previously, right here. And so I marked that line sideways. What is this pivot here? Oh, this is a pivot that actually held. And this. So 7.3 was actually the high on the stock. And so it went sideways yesterday, and then finally gapped up, and I was like, you know what, 7.3 is breaking. I'm looking for 7.3 break. This is why I jumped in this trade, but this was just a stupid trade. I should have never jumped in on that. And then I did try it again here, which this was actually a small winner, so we kind of ripped up to that level, pulls back. I buy the pullback now of the 650 pullback that I was looking at, the $half. I buy it at 654 and sold it at 666, but look at that drop in share size, right? I mean, I'm down on the day still, trying to get some money back. So that was about a 10-cent winner, a little bit over 10 cents, but only 500 shares. So that really didn't make me much. I think I was down 500 or 550 or something on this trade. So I think I made back like $60, $70 on this right here. 10 cents, 500, that's like $50, yeah. So those were my red trades. Those were the stupid red trades that instantly put me down $1,200 on the day. After that, I think my main focus was on SIGA, and on SIGA, I had the the perfect ad on this stock, and I was not patient on it. I was just not patient on this thing. Um, SIGA, I know a high on the daily. If you look at the daily, my bottom left hand corner. Oh, you can't see it because my camera's there. So let me do this. So if you look at the 4-hour chart on SIGA, and this is something for everybody to learn and watch out for. When you're looking at a 4-hour chart, anything less than a daily, you see pre-market and post-market, right? If I switch this to a daily, it doesn't show pre-market or post-market. So it only shows what the high of that stock was during that day and not pre-market or post-market. So if you look at the daily on SIGA, it shows it has a high of 22.7, right? So you're thinking 22.7 is all-time highs on the stock. We've never been over 22.7. Look left, right? But then you drop it down to 4 hours, and then you're like, holy crap, we actually hit 24.22. How is that possible? Because 24.22 was hit during pre-market and post-market, right? Pre-market, post-market. The highest it hit was at 23 or whatever it was, 23, 22. What was the high on the daily? Oh, frick. It was 22, like 22.70-ish. So if I look at the 4-hour, where is that 22.70? When the market opened, right? Right here, look at that. 22.70 right there, 73 or whatever it is. But that's why. And so on the stock, I was like, you know what? Yeah, we do have a daily high of that 22.70, but I'm looking at 24. I want 24 on this stock. 24, 25 is possible. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait for a nice pullback on the stock. I'm going to try to buy the dip, and I'm just going to hold them. I'm just going to hold them and see if I can get a good trade on the stock and see if I can get a nice winner that I hold for 20, 30, 40 minutes. Not my strategy, right? And so it pulls back down here. It has a nice little momentum. It rips through some of these levels, pulls back down. I'm like, okay, this might be the dip. Pulls back down, makes a higher low, barely. I get in on here. I get in on somewhere, one of these candles here at $21. I think that's what I was looking at, $21, whole dollar too. I put a stop loss at somewhere up here. I was up like $150 because this stock is moving 10, 20, 30 cents, right? I mean, 21 here, $22 right there. And so I think I was up already $100, $150 on the stock. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to take my profit. I'm just going to put a stop loss. And I think I put it literally at break even or a little bit above break even. I was like, you know what? I don't want to lose money. I don't want to lose money, but I do want this stock to keep going. So I put a stop loss above break even. You know, I should have given myself 5, 10 cents of risk at that point, right? The stock is not ripping yet. And so I put a stop loss here, and it comes back down, stops me out, and then goes 21.2, 21.3, 21.4, 21.6, 21.2, 8, 22, 22.10, 22.4, 5, 6, 22.8, all the way up to $23. That would have been $2 a share on a small position like 500 bucks. You're talking to be between $500 to $1,000 profit, and then it consolidated in this range again. And once again, I was looking for pullbacks to that $22. I didn't hit this one correctly. I thought this would curl back up through here and then break that high again, and then same thing here, kind of a 1-minute flag and break that high, but I didn't get any of those. Somebody on chat today actually nailed this entry right there. They jumped in 500 shares there, and what I was wanting to catch here, they were able to catch here. And this guy went from 22, I think, rode it all the way up to here with 500 shares. He took profit along the way, but 22, I think he made close to 500, maybe a little bit over $500 with only 500 shares. So that was crazy to see. Once we got this nice squeeze up here, I was like, you know what? Maybe this is on $24. I'm looking for 24, 24, 24. Tried a few scalps here. Pull back here. This stock was looking very strong. Every pullback was holding. Pullback was holding. Pullback was holding. And that's 3-minute candles on a stock that's very, very spready, right? I mean, you're talking from 23.44 all the way up to 23.60. That right there is like 20, 30 cents on these tiny green candles, and that stock was not dipping. It was making higher lows, higher lows. So I was like, you know what? Let's try to get this breakout, curled through 24. Didn't happen. Pulls back down. Tried it again, 23.53, and looks like I lost 10 cents on that one. Gave some profit back. Did curl up through this flat top here of 23.60s, all the way up to 23.87, but never got that $24 that we wanted to. This stock technically still looking good. Obviously, volume is dead. It's Friday afternoon. Nobody wants Friday close to market hour. Nobody really usually trades this. I mean, Fridays we've had some action, but it's slow today, and so this could still hit $24. But I'm gonna keep an eye on it. So that was that stock. I think this one should have been green, but I went red $9 on it. Then I took GOVX. GOVX also had, well, I mean, it's kind of similar to SIGA, both of them having to deal with, I cannot find my stocks on my tickers. I mean, my tickers on my watch list. Both of them dealing with monkeypox. There it is. And so this one, we never got that high that moved through 389. Now, if you're looking, why are you saying 389? Just look left. Look left. 1, 2, 3 touches at 389, 388, almost 390. Kind of a spike there. But we were looking for that break. We were looking for that break, and then what's your next target after that, right? Your next target after that is $4. You want to see a $4 touch after breaking that, so that's potentially 10 extra cents on that trade. But we never got it, and on this one, I was able to nail a good entry. Good entry, I mean, only took one trade and made almost $300 on this thing. Wait, is this? Yeah, I only took one trade and made $300 on this thing. Okay, I'll take that. Clean trade. You know, when I wait for my setup and I take a dip stab at it, I'm able to get this, right. This is completely opposite than than PEGY, than KSPN. Completely different setups. Being patient, waiting for that dip. So I waited for this dip, kind of that 367 area. Looking left, kind of bounced there, rejected, bounced there, bounced to support, came back and touched it, and the second it touched that level, almost VWAP, I was like, you know what, I'm in. So I punched the buy button, 4,000 shares there at 367. Looks like had some fills at 66 and 69, so average 67. And very nice recovery on that candle, bottoming tail, and then starts pushing. And I was getting ready on this stock. I was getting ready for the stock to rip up to $3.9 and $4, and I haven't gotten one of these yet. That dips down, I get a good entry, and I ride it all the way to my target, right? Usually on these stocks, I'm waiting for this here and buying the breakout through here. But now I'm trying to get it here, take some profit here, and leave the runners as if I was taking that trade as a breakout, even though I have a lower price average. So I nailed that dip buy. Pulls up, I think it starts selling some 373, pulls a little bit more, sell 500. Now I have 2,000 shares as my runner, which my price 376 was my stop, and I got stopped here at 376. I kind of just wanted this stock to have a very nice candle, kind of like this is what I'm always looking for, and so I'm going to keep a very tight stop on it in case if it does fail, then I at least grab some profit, and if it decides to rip, then I can ride it with a pretty tight stop. So that was my one trade on this one. BBAI was another good trade today. This was kind of a quick stab for just quick $200. This stock just showed up on momentum scanner, and perfect dip buy on this thing. Perfect dip buy. Wish I took more shares on this thing, and wish I would have let them ride a little bit longer. Let them ride because I didn't. So stock rips high, pulls this 350, holds this 350 as resistance. Hi, Misty. Blows through that level, and I'm looking at $4, but pulls back down, almost down to that 350. And at this point, I was like, you know what? I am in at 357. 1,500 shares, only 1,500 shares. I've been taking 2,500 to 4,000 today. I think GOVX I took 4,000. I think on PEGY I took 4,000, and I think on KSPN I took 1,500 or 2,500. And so this was my smallest ad. Now this one didn't have the strongest volume. I mean, it was kind of choppy all day, kind of out of nowhere, just popped, right? So I'm looking for a quick little flag, catch the bottom of that flag, and go ride it to new highs. Pulls back down. I get on the stock 357. I nail the entry. Starts pulling back up. 373 is my first sell. I sold 1,000 shares at 373. And then this pulls back down, and if I would have put a stop loss on this one at break even, which is 357, this is 358, I never would have gone stopped out, and I would have taken an extra 500 shares from 3.6 past $4 all the way up to 4.30. That's 20 cents off of $1, which would have been $500, but that means that this would have been $200, $300 extra with just a $500 runner. So I stopped out though. I stopped out and didn't let this one play out like I did SIGA play out, right? Stop just above break even. See if it stops me out. If not, I got those runners. But didn't work out. But I made $200 quick on that one. And so that definitely helped my day out. Let me see. After that, I took APDN. I took a lot of trades on APDN, I think. APDN was probably the stock that I probably tried, or at least for sure watched more of today. I don't know that I took a lot of trade. Oh, maybe not, because I think ILAG might be the trade that I took. Yeah. So APDN, I just watched a lot all day long, looking to buy the dips on some of these plays. Kind of pivot left, trying to buy that dip, trying to get this curl back up. Unfortunately, it dipped below, and then never added for that retest here for that actual move this time. I just let that one go. And then looking up here for a break of high of day, trying to buy this pullback here as consolidation and then rip. This one has a high of 735 on the daily, so I was looking to see if we get to that level, and we never did, and this one ended up failing pretty bad afterwards, just straight up downtrending the whole time. So there's that one. And then ILAG. ILAG is what saved me towards the end of the day. I think I was down 400, 500, no, yeah, $500, $600 on the day. I was actually red on the stock, and I hung out a little bit longer. I was fighting today. I was fighting to get small scalps. I was fighting to minimize my loss. I was fighting to break even, maybe even a small green day, you know. Down from $1,200, I was just, you know what, I'm going to stay focused. I'm going to hang out a little bit longer and see if I can get a small red day. And that's exactly what I did with ILAG. I had some clean scalps on this thing. I think somebody else jumped on this stock in my trade, my trade caster. They jumped in right there, and this person was able to take profits here. I think he unloaded 3/4 of his position there, and he put a stop right below VWAP right here this whole time. It comes back down, stops him out, and then rips. And I was like, no, that sucks. But he nailed that entry, so congratulations if you know who you are and you're watching this video. Took some stabs here. Was looking for a $3 break, and that is when I started capitalizing on this thing right here. So it looks like I took some shares at 257 for the break of high day. Held all of these shares very nicely all the way up to 299 when I unloaded 1,500 of them, and then actually got the break of $3 and was able to sell on the other side. So this, I was able to hold my shares and be patient on that trade. So that was a good trade. I think that's the very first trade that put me back to break even on the stock. Now, I will say I didn't have the best dip entry, though, because this could have been a re-add here, and I'm pretty sure I added pretty high on this stock, but I held through that, and I was able to make it work. Next, pulls back down to that level, perfect ads, right? These are the ones that I'm trying to get better at. This is the 1 minute flag. Usually, I will take that trade right here and ride it for a high of day. Now, I'm trying to snipe these bottoms. And be able to get a bigger share percentage and less of a false breakout, right? If I would have jumped in here, here, and here, could have easily gotten caught and lost that trade there. I mean, been down from 320s instant drop to 308, 20 cents, 18 cents a share, as opposed to here, I would have been in at $3, 301, and dropped down to 295, 6 cents a share. Definitely a little bit better risk to reward ratio. So that put me green on this stock. And then I came back and scalped it up here, and I think here I made another $100 somewhere in here. Buying the pullback, strong candle, buy the pullback, sell into the rip. Kind of trying to get out of this consolidation of 375. And then looking for that $4 on this stock. I think the high on this one was 395. Always look on your 5-minute charts before. 395 is a high, so we knew, buyers knew and sellers knew that this area right here was key. And that is exactly why sellers were not letting it get through this area. Why? Because if it gets through 395 to $4, you might get a very nice move past $4 because shorts are going to get squeezed. So they were like, nope, we want to back it down here at 375s and keep that stock down, which it worked, but I did add a little bit of profit on that. So I think I made this a little bit longer than usual. 25-minute recap. That's a lot. I am going to try to every once in a while include a live trade for you guys. I don't think I had a very clean trade today to really include. All of these are kind of small, choppy scalps. Um, but when I do have one of those good trades, I'll definitely post it on here as well. But anyways, you guys enjoy your weekend. Y'all have a good weekend, and I will see you guys back on Monday on the recap or live trading. Make sure you go watch me trade live. Y'all have a good day.